I know that sometimes you guys want to go outside and have fun, but I feel like sometimes it's important for us to have big boy talks. Alright? This was a student of mine, this is Alex Rodriguez. I had him last year. We spent a lot of time together, we had a lot of talks together, and I'm actually proud of him because he turned his whole life around. He's making better decisions. He's doing things. Give him a few moments to speak to y'all so he can share his story with you guys, and then you can ask any questions that you want. What's yours, bro?
Alright. How many of you deal with the teachers and they just raise your hand if they just deal you got beef with them or something? Who started the situation? Like how did it end up?
You feel like the teacher started it?
No, I think I started it.
Yeah, same.
Like, I'll be like, just like screaming, yelling at
Too much talk, too much talk.
Why is that?
I just do it to like be funny sometimes.
I used to do the same thing last year. Like last year, I used to I had frozen water bottles on my bag.
These are doing like 15 of them. 15 frozen
Yeah,
water bottles.
it was me and two other guys. They confiscated all of our stuff because we come with 10 frozen bottles just exploding in the class last year. And every time we used to do that, we always got kicked out of class, suspended, or like after school something. The stuff I did last year, I'm not proud of because I threw water at teachers. I had two verbal fights or heated arguments with teachers, and they did not go well because I was the one who started the conflict, and I got in trouble. It's because the past things I've done, so they used it against me, and that's why I'm want to change the path, the way I'm going. Because when I'm going to high school, I don't want them to look at me and say, they just gonna throw you aside like you're nothing. That's what's gonna happen if you keep overreacting, getting mad at the teacher, and doing all these stupid things like I did. They're gonna treat you like shit. They're gonna do all these things. They're gonna use your past against you. They're gonna give you the tools you need to destroy yourself for the future you. That's what I've been trying to tell the 8th graders, but they too blind, full of anger, and they already out of it. Well, a lot of them in there is already out of it. Because it was a small conflict that happened in class, try to de-escalate it, and they were just out of it. And like any situation, you don't need no violence, because violence is I'm just messing up and starting my fault.
I ain't good.
Yeah, violence is not needed for any situation, regardless of the situation, because my uncle was shot in Puerto Rico. This happened in Puerto Rico up in the mountains, just feeding the chickens. He got shot 3 times, 1 in the head, 2 in the chest. He was lying dead on the floor, just right there, like that. But I'm not complaining, I'm not doing none of that, because I do believe that justice will be served, but not in a violent way, because I don't think violence is needed for that situation. Even though he was killed and my cousin was arrested, I still do not think violence is needed. That person who killed my uncle should deserve a second chance. They like to redeem what the stuff they've done instead of just putting them in jail.
How many of you guys punch a brick wall? If you were calm, would you punch a brick wall?
No.
Why? Because you know to probably break your hand. But when you're angry, you don't think, you just do things without thinking. And all it takes, right? Let's say you spend your whole life trying to do the right thing. All it takes is a 10-second decision.
And it caused you like 10 years in jail.
10 years in jail, 10-second decision. And I know some of you guys get tired of me getting on your case. You get tired of me saying certain things. I know it's boring, it's annoying sometimes to come and sit in here. But I'm trying to help you guys become better men. Me and Alex used to sit and talk all the time, and I'm actually proud of him. He's going to the school of his choice. Tell me where you're going next year. Tell me where you're going next year.
JMI Tech, one of the state schools.
He's going to be learning how to. What are some things you learned from last year, Alex, that helped you prepare you for this year?
I wanted to all the people who thought I was just going to be some guy, some cracker in the street. So that I just stepped up, turned my tables around, and just changed who I am. Cause they were just saying, oh no, you gonna be on the street and stuff. I didn't let that go to me, but the way I was heading, I started opening my eyes like, yeah, I was like going down that path. So I'm still working on it a little bit. So I just changed paths and I'm showing now.
You guys got any questions? What made you change? Was it an experience? Like what made you change?
I didn't wanna do like all that stuff and then leave with a really bad reputation, because then they won't even accept me. Like I said, any good school, they just gonna say, oh no, he's bad, his behavior's bad. They won't even look at the grades, they just look at the behavior. He's like, oh, he's bad, and just throw him out into some other school that just like.
He can do it, you guys can do it. And I know for some of you guys this is boring. But I'm gonna be honest with you, boys do what they want to, and men do what they have to. Plain and simple. At some point in your life, you're gonna have to start doing things that you wanna do to get where you wanna be. For example, you want a nice house,
Yeah.
you might not be able to go out every weekend and party with your boys. You might have to stack bread. You want a nice car, you might not have to go out for 2 years so you can stack bread. You might have to eat peanut butter and jelly every day for 2 years so you can stack bread. Sometimes you have to do what you don't wanna do to get where you wanna get. And the way I look at it is, it's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term benefit. So if you make that change now, it could benefit you for the rest of your life. First go around.
Wasn't bad.
It's a little nervous at first, right?
Yeah.
You stay good, man.
I got the hang of it after 5 minutes.
And next time, like write some things down so that you kind of know where you want to go. Like my thing for it,
That's what I'm
for kids to see your struggle and how you overcame it. Don't be ashamed to share your struggles, right? Because every time you share your struggle, that's gonna feed you even more. Like I think you can, bro. I'm not so easy, but I am. And if I can do it, you can do it. You feel me? Like,
That's greatest gift,
you know what I'm saying? That's like that. So like write your things down. Like write your points down. It doesn't have to be a bunch of stuff. You can just write like 6 or 7 things that you want to talk about. Like I want to share my childhood. I want to share, what happened to my cousin.
Thank you.
I want to share what happened to my cousin.
Yeah, because I was all over the place.
Nah, that's fine though. They got it and they understood it, and even they all said it like, yo, this is good, yo. Thank you for the talk. Thank you for setting this up. Thank you for hosting it. For them to say that, they not fake. If something is corny, they gonna say it's corny. So you definitely touched them. You definitely touched them. And keep going, bro. Like at the end of the day, remember this. You don't have to be a master or you don't have to be a professional to share your story. You feel me? Share your story, bro. You don't have